What's up, guys? It's your boy Nash, and this is Nash Reviews, and today I am reviewing Ring of Honor ROH Final Battle, the end of an era 2021. This pay-per-view took place on 11 December 2021, and before you guys say anything, yes, I am very aware that I am extremely late with this one. But you know what? I'm here now, and let's get right into it. So guys, I'm going to give you guys the results, obviously, my review, my thoughts, and of course, my ratings, the all-important Nash ratings, as I like to call them. And so, guys, again, if you haven't watched the show and you want to watch it, just spoiler alert, the rest of this video is full of results and reviews. But you can continue watching if you've watched the show and you want to know what my review and ratings are, or B, you haven't watched the show but you really don't have time or don't want to watch it, or you just want to see if it's worth watching the show, so you want to see what I have to say about it and my ratings. That's perfectly fine. Go on ahead, just so long as you know there are going to be spoilers, because I am going to review the results, obviously, in order to give my results and ratings. So guys, let's just get right into it, man. I'm going to take it right from the top. There were 11 matches on this card. That includes 3 that were contested on the Hour 1, which is their sort of like their buy-in, their kickoff, their pre-show. 8 matches on the main card. I'm going to cover the whole thing from Hour 1 right through to the main event on the main card. This had, you could tell there was this air of Ring of Honor coming to an end. I mean, they said they're going on hiatus to restructure the company and then come back in April 2021. But I just don't think it's going to be the same. Whether it's going to be good or bad is remains to be seen. I guess we're just going to have to wait until April 2022 to see what happens. But there was a nice touch in this show. They had Ring of Honor's alumni from Impact Wrestling, AEW, contributing, NWA guys even contributing, sending videos and messages, well wishes, their memories of AEW, of Ring of Honor, of ROH. Some guys who started there, guys who were on the very first show like Bryan Danielson, guys who took the company to new heights like CM Punk. You had guys there, the Young Bucks, Adam Cole, baby! I mean, anytime you say Adam Cole, you just gotta add the baby. It's just like when you say Britt Baker, you gotta say DMD. It's just a thing, right? Yeah, this show had nice touches in between. They had all these little vignettes in between the matches. That was a nice touch. But I mean, you're starting at Hour 1. The first match on the card had The Righteous, that's Vincent, formerly known as Vinny Marseglia, Bateman and Dutch with Vito Von Star. They took on Shane Taylor Promotions' Khan, Moses, and O'Shea Edwards. This is an okay match for a curtain jerker. I wasn't really into it. There were good spots and stuff, but nothing to make me go ooh ah, Good solid 10-minute match for the Ring of Honor World 6-man Tag Team Championships. So yeah, I really have not much to say about this. It was a good match. I wouldn't recommend watching it unless you're into 6-man or you're a fan of any of these guys that I've mentioned. So I'm gonna give this match 2 stars. Yeah, 2 stars. The next one also didn't tickle my G-spot much. It was a 6-woman tag team match. You had the Allure, that's Angelina Love and Mandy Leon, teaming up with Miranda Alize, defeating Chelsea Green and the Hex, that's Allison Kay and Marty Bell. I'm a fan of Marty Bell, and I've been a fan of her ever since I first saw her during the Mae Young Classic, the WWE Mae Young Classic. I'm not sure if it was the first or the second tournament of the Mae Young Classic, but I was a fan of Marty Bell ever since then. For personal reasons more than wrestling reasons, let's just put it that way. But yeah, it was an okay match. Not much to shout about. I'd give it also another 2 stars. Then we got a match. We got a match where the action really picked up and kicked off, and this was a match where I felt like, alright, now it's time for Ring of Honor. Now it's time to get that show started. You had the 10-man wildcard tag team match. In this match, on one side, you had PJ Black, that's formerly known as South Africa's own Justin Gabriel. Flip Gordon, one of my personal favorites of all time in Ring of Honor. Flip Gordon, for obvious reasons. And he had the Brian Malonis and Beer City Bruiser with the world famous CB, that's formerly known as Cheeseburger. They were taking on the team of LSG, Sledge, Max the Impaler, Demonic, Flamita, and Will Ferreira. So I'm a fan of Flamita. Demonic Flamita is more of a heel version. I'm a big fan, like I said, of Flip Gordon and PJ Black. PJ Black more because he's from my hometown of South Africa, so obviously I gotta support the guy. This was a great match, and I'm glad the right guys won. Did I give you guys the results? No, I didn't. The Righteous won the first match. The Allure and Miranda Elise won the second match. And the 10-man wildcard tag team match was won by PJ Black, Flip Gordon, Brian Malonis, Beer City Bruiser, and world famous CB, that is Cheeseburger. This was a match. If you want to watch any match on the hour 1 of Ring of Honor Final Battle, this is the one to watch. Go ahead, watch the 10-man tag wildcard. It's sort of like the main event of that pre-show of hour 1. Go ahead, watch it. I guarantee you won't regret it. Spots, wrestling, just good, solid, fire opener wrestling. That's all I can say. It was awesome, absolutely awesome match. I'm glad they had this match, and I'm glad I watched it, even though it was on the hour 1 pre-show. The main card kicked off, and the crowd had already now filed in. You had Dragon Lee taking on Ray Horace in an opener 10-minute match. Very good match. Ray Horace came out victorious, and this was lucha libre in my opinion. As much as if you could get it, anglicized or Americanized, this was proper lucha libre in Ring of Honor style. Great match. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I expected much more out of it. It delivered what I expected it to be. Lucha libre, good and proper. And yeah, so I'd give this match... Oh, sorry, I was supposed to rate the other match on the pre-show. My mind's all over the place, as you can tell. The 10-man wildcard tag team match, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to give it 5 stars. Yeah, the 10-man wildcard on the hour 1 gets 5 stars. Ray Horace versus Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee was actually victorious in this one. Sorry, guys. Give this one 4 stars. Very good. You should really watch the opener. 4-star match. Then we had the 4-corner survival match for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. You had the champion, Dalton Castle, defending against Rhett Titus, Silas Young, and Joe Hendry. So really like core 4 of Ring of Honor mainstays were in this match. And Rhett Titus came out the winner. I'm very happy for the guy. He really deserves it. And the crowd acknowledged that he deserved it. They started a "You Deserve It" chant. And I think it's deservedly so. Rhett Titus deserves the title, and I'm glad he won it. It was a good, solid match. Silas Young was a star of this in that he performed a lot of great moves that a man of his age and his size shouldn't be able to do. But he did. So a nod to him for his efforts, but Rhett Titus comes out victorious. Dalton Castle played his role, and Joe Hendry showed us why he hasn't missed a step. So that was a great match. I'd give it 3 stars. Then we had a Pure Rules match for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. You had Josh the Goods Woods coming in, the champion, and he defeated his challenger, Brian Johnson. Really good match. Brian Johnson... He's got that oomph that I like. He's got that flavor, that heelish attitude that I really, really like. So a nod to Brian Johnson for all that he did in this match, using up all his rope breaks and stuff, that in the end he couldn't be saved by a rope break, and that's how he lost. And Josh the Good Woods, always solid performer in the ring, a really good purist wrestler, really a technical beast, or the technician beast. He deserves the win. He deserves to retain his title. A very good match. Pure wrestling, I'm kind of for it, but not all the way. So this match, just based off the storytelling that took place in the match, I'll give it 3 stars. 3 stars, I think, is a fair rating for this match. Then we got the longest match on the card, and what I personally felt was match of the night for me, in my personal opinion. It was the Fight Without Honor. Shane Taylor taking on Kenny King. The video package was epic. The entrances were amazing. And the match was absolutely mind-blasting. Mind-blasting. Mind-blowing. I mean, wow. These guys, they tore the house down. This was a solid street fight. This is like if you get two guys from two rival gangs stepping in the ring and just beating the absolute living daylights out of each other. That's what this match was. Hardcore, perfect, absolutely brilliant. They didn't have to bleed much, but they made a proper hardcore match right here. Ladders, tables, chairs, you name it, it all was in here. It was like a metal mayhem match. Awesome. Shane Taylor came out victorious. I think the right call was made. The right guy won the match. It was a perfect match from start to finish. So, longest match, best match, match of the night in my opinion. I can't express to you guys enough how good this match was. So, guys, if you can, I encourage you, go ahead, watch this match. I'm giving it a solid 5 stars out of the Nash ratings. I know I'm throwing a lot of 5-star and 4-star matches out there, but this pay-per-view was just absolutely pure, solid. Ring of Honor, I don't know why they went out of business. I know there's multiple factors to consider, but the fact that they went out there and they gave their all and they put on the show of a lifetime for their quote-unquote final show of an era really is a nod to them. And if they ever come back, like they say in April 2022, I think I might just give Ring of Honor more attention because they proved to me here that these guys can still go, but I'm not even sure if those guys are still going to be there come April, because it looks like the Briscoes, based on what happened later on the show, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on that, it doesn't look like they're sticking around. Or maybe they're just going to go for a while and then come back, because those guys have been loyal to Ring of Honor since day one. They have never left Ring of Honor's side. They've always been there. So, you know, we just got to wait and see. So, yeah, 5-star match for the Fight Without Honor. Shane Taylor defeats Kenny King. Then we had a singles match for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. We had Roxy, the champion, coming in and defending her title successfully, I might add, against Willow Nightingale. Really good match. The woman performed brilliant. So I'll give it 3 stars. What was more interesting is after the match, the Reina de Reinas champion and the challenger for the Impact Wrestling's Knockout Championship, Deonna Purrazzo, came out and she challenged Roxy to a match that when she does become Impact Knockouts champion, you know, winner take all, everything's on the line. The Reina de Reinas and the Knockouts Championship on the line. Deonna Purrazzo versus Roxy. I don't know when and where that place is going to take, the match is going to take place, but I hope it's on Impact Wrestling or some pay-per-view or even in AAA Wrestling, wherever. I'll be there. I'll be watching it. It's a good match. Deonna Purrazzo is an absolute brilliant master female wrestling technician. Roxy, a great wrestler for the female division. At the age of 20, she's performing and showing that she belongs. She's been training since the age of 13, so she belongs. So yeah, I think it's going to be a great match whenever we get that. But as for this women's match, it took place tonight at Final Battle. I'll give it 3 stars. Then we got an 8-man tag team match, Violence Unlimited. That's Brody King, Homicide, and Tony Deppen and Rocky Romero. With Chris Dickinson, if you know who that is, and you remember the name Chris Dickinson and you remember the name Kimberly, you know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to go into that right now. Taking on the team of EC3, Eli Isom, Taylor Russ, and Hot Sauce, Tracy Williams. Violence Unlimited and Rocky Romero came out on top. This was an alright match. I mean, solid, hard-hitting. There was a lot of spots where I thought Eli Isom was the star of this match because he showed, again, why he's always portrayed as an underdog and why he always overcomes and people always stand behind him, because he plays that part so brilliantly and to perfection. Eli Isom is the when it comes to underdog stories. After the match, EC3 got in the ring and he was trying to consoling Eli Isom, and then I think the what's his name, that Brian Johnson guy came out. Can never get the guy's name right. But yeah, Brian Johnson came out, and then there was a whole hullabaloo with guys in the ring, and EC3 spewing some spiel about honor doesn't matter and the corporates don't care about them, we don't have leaders, let's take over the wrestling business. Then we had guys from Choose Your Narrative stand on the stage. And then EC3 said, release the Titan. And here he comes, former Braun Strowman from WWE comes out. I think he's Adam Scher now, or Titan as he was referred to. Comes out, lays waste to everybody, including Eli Isom. Emphatic statement, takes Eli Isom with them to the back, and all these guys from Choosing Narrative, including EC3, all walk out. Confusing, but yeah, a really good. There was a moment where I heard a guy in the crowd saying, "This really confuses me," and that sums up how I felt about it. But it was a good moment to see Titan, Braun Strowman, make his debut there. Yeah, so this was a good 3-star match. I'll give it that. Then we had the semi-main event for the tag team match for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. You had the Briscoe brothers, Jay and Mark Briscoe, taking on OGK. That's Matt Taven and Mike Bennett with Maria Kanellis Bennett. That's obviously Bennett's wife. Really good match, 15-minute match. Really told a good story. Really solid wrestling. The Briscoes showed why they're a great tag team, and OGK performed absolutely brilliantly. It was nice to see Mike Bennett back in Ring of Honor where he started and really showing why he is who he is. And Matt Taven, obviously a great performer. We all know him from the days of the Kingdom. So yeah, absolutely brilliant match. In fact, I'd say after the Fight Without Honor match, the Shane Taylor and Kenny King, this would be like a very close second in the rankings. So I'm going to give this match 4 stars. Yeah, a solid 4 stars for this match just because of how solid it was. And after the match, the Briscoes laid out the challenge to any tag team in any promotion anywhere in the world, and it was instantly answered by the lights going off and then coming back on, and they were faced with FTR. That's right, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler came out. On All Out Brawl ensued, security got involved, so I'm thinking the Briscoes are going to go to AEW for a while. Like I said, you know, mix it up there for a while and then come back when, you know, Ring of Honor sort of like relaunches, hopefully in April 2022 as they're said. And there was a video package right at the end telling us that. So let's see. Let's really see what happens there. But yeah, the Briscoes look like they're going to spend some time in AEW, taking on FTR, if not in another promotion. But it's definitely going to be against FTR. I'm really looking forward to it. You got Deonna Purrazzo against Roxy. You got, you know, all these guys pouring in messages from AEW. You got FTR mixing it up with Briscoes. So Ring of Honor guys got something to do, you know, during the off time, during the time that Ring of Honor is doing or taking time to figure out where they stand. Then we came to our main event. It was a singles match for the vacant Ring of Honor World Championship, and for this one they brought back the original Ring of Honor World Championship belt that was held by Kerry Silken and presented to the winner after the match. You had the 2 of the toppest guys, the best guys in Ring of Honor, the heart and the soul of Ring of Honor, in Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham. And this match was everything I expected it to be. A brilliant main event just based off who the 2 talents are and how brilliantly they performed. This was a great match. It was nice to see Jonathan Gresham get the win, well deserved, and he was presented by Kerry Silken with the championship. The whole roster came out, surrounded the ring to watch this, the end of the main event in the last 5 minutes or so. They surrounded the ring, they watched the end of the main event. These 2 performed brilliantly. I'd say 3rd best match on the card. So Fight Without Honor, Shane Taylor versus Kenny King, the Briscoe brothers versus OGK, and then Jonathan Gresham versus Jay Lethal in the main event. The top 3 best matches on the card. Let's not forget the 8-man or the 10-man wildcard tag team on hour 1. They got a 5-star rating. Let's check that out as well. So yeah, man, for this one I'll give it a solid 4 stars. Brilliant match. After the match, Jonathan Gresham celebrated with the title, the streamers, the crowd, the roster, everything was there. I believe he gave a nice little speech after the show went off the air, which is really good. And the show went off the air with this: when one era ends, another one begins, and we got the whole Ring of Honor April 2022 Ring of Honor Wrestling closing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens when they return. But this was an absolutely brilliant, solid show. Sold off the end of an era very well. A lot of good progression, telling us what to watch, where to go, while, you know, Ring of Honor figures itself out. So AEW, Impact Wrestling are good places to have a look, while, you know, Ring of Honor figures out what it wants to do with their future. So yeah, great show, top to bottom, brilliant. All the matches delivered exactly what I expected it to deliver. So overall, I give the show Ring of Honor Final Battle End of an Era 2021 a solid 5 stars. 5-star show. I, Nash of Pro Wrestling Central, highly recommend that you guys go on, watch that show. There was a lot of requests to do this review, so I'm glad I got to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed my review, the results, the thoughts, the ratings. Guys, comment down below what you think your ratings would be for the show. Let's hear what you have to say, what you have to think about it. Drop a big like on this video. If you have subscribed to Pro Wrestling Central, if you haven't already, and turn on those bell notifications so you'll be the first to know when we hit the airwaves again. Like I said, guys, 30th December 2021. It's going to be the 5th annual Pro Wrestling Central Awards. I hope to see you guys there. For that show, it's going to be epic. Voting is open, guys, so DM us on our social medias. DM us down below. Drop your email addresses. We'll send you a ballot sheet. Send your votes in on 30th of December based on public surveyed votes. Based on who you guys vote for, you guys determine who was the best and worst of pro wrestling for the year 2021. So until I see you guys for another video down the road, peace.